right, parents, are you already used to the grind? The back to school time as kiddos across the state head back into the classroom. Mine went last week, and this time of year is exciting for some. But we cannot forget that anxiety inducing for others is when it occurs this time of year. That's why we thought it might be useful to learn some ways to help manage that stress. Please welcome Kelly Reinhardt, the founder of Make Mental Health Matter, along with Regina Italiano, a neurofeedback specialist. Hello to the both of you.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, my kiddos back in school, but Kelly, it seems like this time of year is more stressful and it really does cause anxiety. What are you seeing right now, and how is mental health matter important this time of year?
Yeah, as we go back into school, kids are often, they have summertime that they don't have to go to school, but maybe the year prior they had some challenges that arose, and so going back into that same environment can bring up a lot of the stress and anxiety, and it may be in the form of having a stomach ache or just not wanting to wake up in the morning. So those are some things that we've seen. Those
are the signs to look out for, but you're absolutely right. It's the transition, right? Because summer, all fun and games. Now we're heading back to school. The transition itself is tough, but if they had something that was bothering them that previous school year, guess what? It's gonna come back. Now, are there any ways parents and children can help manage that stress and the anxiety?
There are lots of different ways, but one in particular that I really love and that I utilize with my son, who is 9, is breathing techniques.
Okay.
And I know Regina is also going to talk about some other techniques that you can possibly help with your children, but it's really utilizing the noticing skills of what's going on with your kid first and foremost, and then you can try some of the techniques that we'll share a little bit.
How is a proper breathing technique done?
So for kids, it's all about really, we want to do the hands-on type thing. So a lot of them are learning, even in school, actually. My son said this morning, they're learning breathing techniques every morning.
Love it.
But it's breathing, so breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and they can trace their fingers, which is much more easy for them. Or if you want to do a figure 8 as you breathe, or maybe a heart.
Like with your, just kind of draw it in the air. Okay, I could see how that could work for a child. Now, Regina, neurofeedback is another option here. Tell us more about what that is and how we could use that.
Yeah, so neurofeedback is a non-invasive way to create brain optimization. It uses a series of rewards, auditory and visual, to teach the brain how to operate more sustainably.
Okay. Now, with that, how can it help with stress and anxiety, especially in kiddos?
Yeah, absolutely. So when clients come to me having stress and anxiety, their brain is often stuck in a beta brainwave state.
Okay.
And so neurofeedback teaches the brain to operate in different brainwave frequencies, like alpha and theta, to promote more relaxation, so the brain can shift out of that anxious beta state.
Wow. And so you can tell in working with people when their brain is stuck in a certain place and we want to get out of there.
Absolutely.
So interesting. Okay, Kelly, Make Mental Health Matter really does have so many other resources. What all do you offer?
We offer, so Regina actually is part of our Trusted Resource Hub, and that's why I wanted her to come on. But we offer multiple, whether it's holistic or professionals or coaches or life skills, and those are all part of the Trusted Resource Hub as far as resources go. And then we offer the education piece. So bringing up conversations like this, actually getting educated on how we can help ourselves and help our children or anybody else that's in our life.
Yeah, here's an important question. Why is it important for us parents to be proactive instead of reactive when it comes to mental health? Like, we gotta validate feelings from children, and sometimes I feel like we just look over those.
Yeah, it's really important. One, because we know that mental health challenges generally start in the middle school range. And so if we are able to nip it in the bud is the word that's coming
Yeah.
into my head. But if we can start to focus on it then we won't have these later in life co-occurring things like substance abuse or even suicidal ideation.
Oh my goodness, yes. We definitely want to do everything we can to prevent something like that. Regina, why do you think it's important for parents to regularly check in with the kiddos when it comes to their mental health, and what's a good way to do it?
Yeah, so I've worked with kids and teens for 17 years, and I've learned that they don't always know how to express their feelings of anxiety. I worked with a 13-year-old who was overthinking all the time, overthinking about school, family, friends, performance in sports. And he didn't know it was classic anxiety. So neurofeedback was a safe space to allow his brainwaves to shift without feeling like he had to sit there and openly talk about everything. So that created a more peaceful and loving environment at home that he was able to pinpoint what his anxiety was. So that's why it's important to check in and have those alternative options.
That is so good to know. And real quick, if you could do this quickly, I know sometimes it could take time, but what's the best way for parents to approach a kiddo, especially as they're getting into those teen years?
Yeah, just talking and being open with their kids and asking questions and, how was the day? You know, how are classes, how are friends, and just being open with them.
Okay, great info this morning. What a great way to kick off the show. Thank you both so much for being here. Awesome info. And as parents, of course, we've got to do the work at home. And if you want more tips, though, and resources, you can get those. Just head to makementalhealthmatter.org or give them a call at 720-515-0311 for more.